Hey guys, so I'll be testing out agent mode in ChatGPT for both a personal use and a business case use. So if this is something you'd like to follow along with, then watch this video. So you'll need to be on a paid subscription to ChatGPT in order to access agent mode. So you'll know if you have access if you click the plus icon here and then you see agent mode here. So they might make this available in the free plan in the future, but for now it's only available on paid plans. Okay, so we're gonna click into agent mode here. Okay, and then over here you can see different suggestions that they can do. So revolutionary feature with agent mode here is you can actually open up a browser. Okay, so this is pretty much like what they have already for ChatGPT. So I'm more interested in the actions as it will actually log into your account, and with actions as it will open up a browser and you can see the steps that it's taking. Okay, so I'll just do a custom one here. So find Kobe Bryant sports card on eBay under $50. I would like it to be graded if possible. Okay, so this is something I would look at manually. Okay, and if we click sources here, so we'll just enable web search so it has that ability. Okay, so we won't add any other connectors for now, so we'll send this. Okay, so it's different ChatGPT as it's setting up an actual desktop environment. Okay, so it's telling you what it's doing here. Okay, so it opened up eBay over here and now it's gonna search. Okay, so it's searching for a Kobe Bryant card over here. Let's see if we can. So the options here is activity. You can even take over the browser and you can just tell it to stop. Okay, so let's click activity here. So it's showing the actual steps as it's seeing each page here. Okay, and go back to desktop view. So you see it's even able to interact with on-page elements like the filter here. So it's not just scraping the actual HTML, it's actually interacting with the visual front-end elements. Okay, so I'll just let it run here and see once it's completed, and then it'll give a list of possible options. Okay, so it's just looking through the cards here now. So if we can check over here, it's even looking at shipping details as well. So it's taking that into consideration. Okay, so it seems to be having some trouble here with removing the filters as it keeps coming back to this. So I'll try to take over and see if I can do that for it. Okay, so remove the filter and then now it's getting more options. So now it's going to look through the options here. So it does seem to have some issues with interacting with some of the elements as it cleared the filter, but it cleared all of the filters and then it has to do it again here. So maybe offering like some guidance there if you're trying to create, say, a custom agent to do this job. Okay, great. So I was able to add in the min and max price here. So it seems to have handled it on its own. So let's say finish controlling, and then I'll come back to the session there. Okay, so I think it determined this card, and now it's just looking at, say, shipping details. And then it should come back with a response here. Okay, so now it's reading the page. Okay, so great. So it found a card here that fitted our parameters. So it's saying, so it found a card here for 40 US. It's the 1996 Kobe rookie. So I was able to browse eBay and find a listing and come back with a detailed response, including shipping, and it understood the concept of a graded card. But if you're looking at, say, thousands of cards, then this can be useful, but it's still not as fast as I would like it to be. That could just be an issue with my prompt not being detailed enough, so that can be improved to help it be more efficient. And then you see over here, it can even proceed and add it to cart or to your wish list, but again, you would need to log in, but I won't do that in this tutorial. Okay, so that's one example of using agent mode. So let's do a business automation example. So I'll open up a new chat here. Okay, and again, select agent mode, and then I'm going to connect my HubSpot. So we're going to do, so let's just write the query here first. So find 10 lawyers in Toronto and add their contact information to my HubSpot CRM to contact. Okay, so just copy this and then I'll add in my source here so you can go to connect more. So these are some of the options, but there's more options here if you connect more, and you can see the available options. Okay, so I'll connect my HubSpot. Okay, and then connect. So I have my HubSpot opened here. So these are the contacts I currently have. So let's see if I'll add those new contacts. Okay, so new chat, and then go back to agent mode here, and then go to source and turn on HubSpot. So now it has access to that. And then I'll repaste that prompt we previously made. So in Toronto, find 10 lawyers in Toronto on Yelp and add their contact information to HubSpot. Okay. So it's saying agent mode is using connectors. So just say you understand. Okay. And again, it's setting up a desktop instance here. Okay. So it seems to be getting blocked by Yelp. So this is also an issue when doing data scraping due to reCAPTCHA. Okay, so let's try and maybe change it to Google Maps and see if that works better. So I'll stop the instance here and I'll edit the message and I'll change it to Google Maps. Okay, so here's the query and it's going to open up the browser instance and search Google Maps. Okay, great. So it found 10 law firms in Toronto. So now it wants to add it to the CRM. So it says I need to log in again. So I'll just do that here. Okay, so I logged in here to my HubSpot dashboard. Okay, and then I'll say finish controlling and it should take over here. But I did add my HubSpot down here at the bottom, so I'm not sure why I needed to log in again. But let's see if it can actually add the data in as well. Okay, so it's trying to find the contact section. Okay, so it seemed to have gotten stuck. So I'll just try to reconnect here. Okay, so I'll see my sources here and I'll turn it off and turn it back on. And I'll say use the HubSpot source. So I think the HubSpot connector on ChatGPT still needs to be fixed because it's not working here. So I'll try to just do a simple Google Sheet and connect to Google Drive. So I'll just do connect more here. And then I'll connect to Google Drive. Okay, so I enabled Google Drive here. So now I'll do the same prompt, but I'll just have the agent create a spreadsheet to Google Drive instead. Okay, so I'll just paste the prompt here. So paste find 10 lawyers and add their contact information to, okay, so find 10 lawyers on Google Map and create a spreadsheet, create a Google Sheet to my Google Drive. Okay, and then make sure you connect the correct source. So remove HubSpot as it's not needed and enable Google Drive, and then we'll hit go. Okay, and then now the agent will carry on this task. Okay, again, so it's asking me to log in here. So I think the connector feature is still a work in progress, but I'll log in here just to see if it can actually create the sheet. So log in. Okay, great. So it's able to create a spreadsheet here. So it should just paste in that data and it should be, okay, and it should be ready to go after that. So it does take some time to process certain actions. So it's not as fast as a human, but it's the first time it's trying to do this. So again, it will only improve with more iterations. So let's just see if it can actually submit the data to the file here. Okay, so it's just clicking around and trying to determine how to paste the data. Okay, so it's getting some error with that pop-up issue. So it needs to install that extension. So let's see what it does here. Okay, so it's going to try to import instead. Okay, so it's opening its own file system here, and then it's just going to upload the file directly. So that works as well. Okay, great. So it's importing the data now. Oh, okay, I see. So it still needs help with importing the data, so it doesn't completely finish the task. So I'll take over here. Okay, and it's loading very slowly here. There we go. Can't connect. Okay, retry. Okay, import data. Okay, great. So it imported data here, but it's still a work in progress. So it's not as smooth as what they shown in the OpenAI demo, but it is a step forward as it's actually able to take actions in the browser, where before ChatGPT was just a standalone chat app. So it's not something I would use in production. So I think humans still have employment at this time. And there we go. Close the browser. So this concludes the video, and as you can see, agent mode is still a work in progress, so humans are still needed in the workforce. If you need any help with applying AI into your business, then you can contact me at mapletmedia.ca. Please like and subscribe to stay up to date on my latest videos, and thanks for watching.